Shall we begin?
Shall we begin?
I'm ready to go.
Ready. Let's go.
All right. Welcome to episode 2, everybody, of the Wigwam Jam.
Woo! All right.
I think everyone can say that the first episode went down well. What do you think, Nathan?
Absolute success, Chris, I reckon. Yeah. I think, wasn't it the most played and listened show on
Most
Wigwam?
listened to show on Wigwam in March.
Fantastic.
That's not bad.
Great
That's not
start.
bad at all. Good start. And but I wish I could say it was the most watched video of all time. But we'll get there.
It was only episode.
What is that? What is the most watched video of all time on YouTube? Does anyone know?
No.
I haven't got a clue.
I don't actually.
But that's what
It'll
we're
be like
aiming
Gangnam
for.
Style still or
Yeah.
something like
Something
that.
like Beyonce or something like that.
All right, well, that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah.
So we are welcomed today by the Gold Supply, and we've got Kevin and we've got Lena from the Gold Supply. So
Thank you.
welcome everybody.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Now, what we're going to do, we're going to talk to you, edit that bit out. Then we're going to introduce all 5 different types of bands. That's the format of the show.
Got it.
And we're going to have 2 performances from you tonight, I believe.
Correct.
What are you going to perform?
We are going to play a song called Last Few Days, which was on our EP that we released last year. And we're going to play another song called Completely Underwater that's even older. And that was on our original demo tape that we did a couple of years ago now. And we've never actually re-recorded it. We've never done it live even. So it's going to be exciting for us and a bit nerve-wracking probably as well.
And these are exclusive strip-backed
These are,
performances, I believe.
we've never done this. We've never done recorded acoustically. And we're really looking forward to it. Really enjoyed just working on it a little bit. And absolutely exclusive. Nowhere else have we ever tried to do this before.
Excellent. So you can tell we've only been in our second show. We've only been doing this for 5 minutes. So we've got me, Christian John from Radio Wigwam. We've got Nathan from Jamma, and we've got Dean from Generation Studio, and this is his palatial studio.
Yes, welcome.
Love it.
And you're going to be using his studio for some live performances. So shall we get straight to it? So Gold Supply, tell us a bit about yourselves.
Yeah, so
And
we
see
formed...
if it matches my crib sheet down there.
Well, I might just change it now, just so it
Go
does.
for it.
The Gold Supply, we formed during lockdown, actually, which was obviously weird, and I think a lot of bands formed during that time.
Oh, typical.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was a weird time because everyone was sat around the house bored. So there were a lot of people who were kind of going, right, well, there must be something I can do from this room. There must be something I can do from this place. And so we were the same. And so we came up with some songs, and eventually as lockdown started to ease, you start to go, right, well, these songs are ready now and we can start to do stuff. So we it was I suppose slightly weird compared to how you would start a band 10 years previously. But to be honest, we've spoken to a lot of sort of local bands, and they were all in a similar boat, right? It was sort of weirdly, as tough as it was, it did seem to spur a lot of new bands and a lot of new songs. Yeah, a lot of creativity around that time. So that's where it came from. And we did a demo tape, and to cut a long story short, the guys from Analog Trash have been fantastic to us. Really good. Manchester-based
Friends of Radio Wigwam.
Yeah, really, really good. And, a big part of that sort of Manchester live scene, their promoters and a label as well. They've been a big help, and they agreed to put an EP out for us, which was April 22. And we're due to do another one now. We need to.
So if we go back a little bit then, so if you started in lockdown, does that mean that you totally ignored all the social distancing measures?
Yeah, we met on the park bench.
How did you? Yeah, that's
Or were you doing it all online?
No. So no, it's a really
how
good
did you
question.
connect and meet?
It's a really good question actually, because lockdown was one thing, but one of the advantages that all bands have now, and everyone listening to this will get this, is that the technology's moved on a whole deal. You don't. So in the nicest way, you don't need to be in the same room to collaborate now, because there's I won't mention any bits of software, but there's tons of bits of software where you can do that. And it was actually relatively easy. Adam, our drummer, I've known for years and years through other bands, and Lena, I obviously got to know through lockdown, and Duncan and Andy as well. We've kind of bought in as we've gone along. But it was everyone. It wasn't too difficult. It should have been difficult. And 10 years ago,
passion going on.
Yeah,
and a lot of need for playing, I think.
Yeah,
I think you're right. And I think what's weird is if that whole lockdown COVID thing had happened in, say, 2008, 2009, 2010, just by chance, if that had happened then,
technology wasn't ready.
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't. Nothing would have happened. But actually, as we are now, there's lots of bands who record without being in the same room anyway.
Well,
so we were kind of forced into it.
back in 2019, I think. It might even been 2018. We'll get to our awards later on, but we had the best band of 2018 was a transatlantic collaboration. You would never have known.
Oh, right.
So, and the amount of bands that come through, I'm sure Jamma as well as Wigwam and Generation Studios, have started out in that way.
Yeah.
It's amazing how many lockdown formed.
Yeah, the technology is sort of a blessing and a curse, isn't it? I get people are worried about it. Chat GPT-4 will write a song for you in 5 minutes that's better than anything else that anyone can do, and all the rest of it. But on the other side, some of that technology is brilliant. It does allow, that allows me to send a tape to the guys, or a tape, whatever. a file
by pigeon.
Yeah, exactly. It allows us to send some files out. It allows people to change them and edit them and add ideas and all of that stuff. So it's good.
Talking of technology, here's my first shameless plug, is that artists can use the collaboration tool on Jamma to connect to build a band.
Well, I'd love to talk about that, because I'll tell you what's really interesting. So we said, look, the technology exists now that we can write songs without all being in the same room, and we can start to piece them together. Eventually, you get together and play them, as we will today, but you can piece it together. But what you couldn't do until Jamma came along is go and then get gigs in that way, right? You had to go and approach promoters. You had to send tapes off, 10 years ago or whatever. And now with stuff like Jamma, it's like, well, Christ, you don't even have to do that. Because Jamma's fantastic. Big list of all the gigs, all the terms and conditions. No, seriously, it's a game change, honestly.
Appreciate it.
You tell me something else that's like that existed 5 years ago. It just doesn't, and it didn't, and it's been a special thing for us. So literally, you can record an album. You probably want to get into Generation to do a really good quality one, but certainly the demos you can do yourself in your house. And then if you're using stuff like Jamma, and obviously even the online radio stations like Wigwam and stuff, it's just transformational, honestly. I don't think you should underestimate it.
We brought the right guy.
Yeah. But listen, for people, I was in a band 10 years ago. You can do any of that. You couldn't do any of it. You couldn't get gigs online. You couldn't record online. You couldn't do anything. So I'm much more of an optimist about that technology stuff. I mean, some of it's a little bit scary, and you kind of think, right, well, hang on a minute. Do you need a drummer? If you can use a drum machine, those drum machines are getting so good. But we've got Adam. There's no drum machine better than Adam, so we're okay.
Well, no, you can't see Adam, but Adam is just out of shot.
Yeah.
So you've only been formed for 2 or 3 years then.
Yeah.
And in that 20. Time, you've already brought out an EP.
Yes. Yeah. So we did a demo tape in September, October 2020. I need to get the dates right, and then we did the EP with Analog Trash in April 2022. So I mean, we could have done more. I mean, it's not the Brian Jonestown Massacre, is it? What they're doing 2 or 3 albums a year. We're not prolific in that sense, but that's all right. We'll do another one now. And
so before we get to what's coming, you're going to play a track from your first EP.
We're going to play a track from our first EP. It's called Last Few Days. It sounds a bit pessimistic, but hopefully.
What's it about?
Well, it's kind of it's actually written about the end of a relationship. Those last few days of a relationship where you're like, right, this is fucked. This isn't happening, right? This isn't going anywhere. This is ending.
We've all been there.
But yeah, exactly. And that last few weeks of a relationship is sort of, it's worse than being dumped. Do you know what I mean? Knowing it's coming. That last bit. So it's kind of about that. But we tend to just tell people, it's about the end of the world because it's easy, but it probably isn't about that. So yeah. You can, but it sounds quite a pessimistic song. It's quite a dark song, really. And the version that we
I think that fits you generally.
Yeah,
sort of indie
I think
noir
that's
type
true. I think that's sort of true. We quite inspired really by that Nordic noir stuff. Those crime thrillers like the Killing and The Bridge and all that sort of stuff. There's something about the way they film those things that's very dark and quite epic. And that's sort of what we aim for. And it's weird, actually, because when people say what bands you influenced by, it's actually more films and TV type stuff that gets us, I think. So, yeah, so this definitely fits in with that.
So shall we...
let's do it.
Get you to do it. So last few days.
Last few days.
Okay.
Somehow we've lost our way. Yeah, we got a little lost. These are our last few days. These are our last few days. Celebrate. Celebrate. These are our last few days. 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 Celebrate. Fighting over who knows what. Fighting over who wins or not. Somehow we have lost our way. Yeah, we got a little lost. These are our last few days. These are our last few days. Celebrate. Celebrate. I fight until the bitter end. These are our last few days. These are our last few days. If I could have my time again, these are our last few days. Take back every word you say. These are our last few days. Run from every little mistake. These are our last few days. Turn around and walk away. These are our last few days. Never to be seen again. 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 Never, 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 no. Never, 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 no. Never, 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 no. Never, 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 never to be seen again. These are our last few days. 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 Celebrate.
So that was our last few days exclusive acoustic version.
Let's have it.
Let's have it.
Thank you.
Sounds absolutely brilliant. So thanks for chatting to us, guys. Keen to know what you got coming up next, how people can hear about you or find you and stuff like that, socials, etc. Let us know.
Yeah, listen, thank you. Really enjoyed doing that. Actually, it's really good fun for us to do these acoustic songs. So yeah, listen, we're going to do some more of that. So we're going to be playing some gigs at HMV. Actually, that Jamma have been a big help in helping us get. We're going to be doing some acoustic sets for them at various HMV stores, and so we'll put that on social media. Obviously, like everyone, we're on Instagram and Twitter and all of that stuff. So we'll make sure those dates are out there, and we'll let you guys know which ones we're doing. And then after that, we're hopefully back in here in May to record our second EP, which will come out on Analog Trash label in October 23 is the current plan. Sometimes stuff gets shifted around, as you know, but that's our plan. So we're working hard now on. After this, we're working hard on the new songs, trying to get those ready and trying to get them ready to record. So yeah, can't wait. May and June is going to be super busy for us.
Great stuff.
So they're going to be recording here, Dean, for the EP.
Yeah, and we're going to go through some dates afterwards, get it locked in. But
yeah,
it'll be good.
So one thing we haven't mentioned yet, Nathan, the Gold Supply won the Best Indie Act at the Radio Wigwam Awards.
That's
in
all
January.
we should have talked about.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe we left it this long.
Yeah. So a massive honor for us. It's really weird because we went.
It's a prestigious category, isn't it? Indie Act.
Best Indie Act.
Yeah,
22. I mean, it's unbelievable, honestly. And it was really weird because we went to the show. And I was convinced that if you were going to win something like that, someone would say to you before, look, just to let you know, you won. No one did that.
People think
no one did that.
Awards,
so I'm stood there going, oh, this is, God, imagine winning this. We're going to try and win this one year.
Any money for this.
Yeah, exactly. So, really amazing. And it's such a great thing to do. It was quite an event because some of the bands there most of the bands, they're like extraordinarily good. I mean, it's actually quite weird to see the bands going up to collect the awards, and even the nominees. Some of the stuff coming through was like, wow, we're not really in this room. Do you know what I mean? It sort of feels a little bit like
it's a common thing. Everyone says it's a humbling thing.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But
exactly.
I think generally people are not aware of how good they are.
Yeah, it's really true.
You start doing it in your front room or whatever, and it expands. But you need that validation, I suppose.
No, that's definitely true. But also, again, I mean, the other thing is you win it, and it's such a boost for morale and confidence. So, as you go into the studio to record another one, you're like, hang on, we can't be terrible. Yeah, exactly. And it really does. It sort of makes you think, right, we're not wasting our time, because this must have connected with at least one person for it to get this thing. And it really is a really good sort of confidence boost. And
did a very nice acceptance speech, if I remember rightly.
Well, I can't remember too much.
Well, it's available on YouTube if you want to see.
Well, no, I did talk briefly. And it's worth
you never talked briefly.
No, fair point. I did mention. I did mention a bit that one of the things about Radio Wigwam that's really important, I don't think many people realise, is that things like BBC Introducing are scaling right back. BBC's stretched, running out of money, blah, 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 making loads of people redundant. They're scaling that down. Well, BBC Introducing for a long time was the only sort of route. So things like Radio Wigwam and stuff, honestly, it really is. It changes an awful lot. That's now the route. BBC Introducing is shrinking and shrinking. And I think literally the week before the awards, BBC Introducing made some kind of announcement that they were getting rid of a load of... I can't remember exactly what it was. But it... So it was really weird to then be stood on a stage with you guys going, right, well, this is Radio Wigwam. There's a room here with 400 or 500 people packed in it. There's bands from all over the globe. It's like, this is now... This is now the important bit. Do you know what I mean? This is now that sort of scene. So to have won an award at it is amazing. But even just to get 5 minutes on there and just sort of go, look, we've got to support this. You can't, you can't let it and just think, oh, Radio Wigwam exists and it'll just help us, for free. We just send them our stuff and they just play. We've got to support each other. Right, for us to be successful, Wigwam has to be successful. Generation Studios has to be. Jamma has to be. All of those things have to work.
It's a collective.
That's what I mean. Yeah. You can't do it without the bands. We can't do it without the radio station. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It all has to be successful. And that night at the awards was the first time I thought, actually, this is working. Do you know what I mean? There is something going on here, because this is a lot of people. There's a lot of great bands. It's not just bands. There were promoters there and record company people and managers and all that sort of stuff. And it was probably the first time I've thought, since way before lockdown, I thought there's something going on here, and it's really exciting. So it was great to be there. Yeah, so we're going to do another song. This one is called Completely Underwater. It's one from our original demo, actually, and it's sort of exciting for us because we'd never really rehearsed or played it. It was off our original demo and we kind of left it there. And then when we got the chance to do this, it was like, well, that is sort of one of our sort of slower, more acoustic ones. And we've got Duncan coming in playing piano, which sort of transformed it a little bit, and it's changed a lot from when we did the demo to now. It's sort of it's really sort of morphed into something slightly different, which is lovely, actually, by the way. But that's a good thing. We sort of like that. So we're gonna try this one, and it's from the original demo. It is on Spotify. You can find it out there, but it's old, and but I mean, we're really proud of it. But it's an old version, and this is sort of the newer version, really, just for you.
Here we go.
You don't wanna fight, you don't wanna try. You just wanna sigh and walk away. You just wanna fly, maybe it's over. Nobody shines, nobody shines, nobody shines. We're completely underwater. Nobody lies, thinking it over. just wanna sigh and walk away. You just wanna fly, maybe it's over. Nobody shines, nobody shines, nobody shines. We're completely underwater. Nobody lies, thinking it over. These are my smokers' eyes, all the smoke from fires. Come on inside, it's safe to hide. These are lonely days waiting to arrive. These are smokers' eyes, these are smokers' eyes. Come open wide.
So that was Completely Underwater by The Gold Supply. Thank you for joining us here today, playing the tracks for us.
Thank you. Oh yeah, absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
loved
good
it.
job. Thanks, guys.
Okay. We don't want to go home. We're happy to just stay all night, do 2 hours. Yeah, no, really enjoyed it, and thanks so much for helping us and giving us this chance. But also just the wider thing that you guys do. Really good.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
What's coming up next week, Dean? Or next month, I should say.
Next month. Well, yeah, we start recording drums and vocals for your next EP.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be back here, and we can't wait.
Brilliant.
So next up, we've got Patron Saints. Now, Patron Saints were also nominated for a Radio Wigwam Award. Best song they were up for, so with their great track, Boats.
Brilliant.
Now, Patron Saint, they're from Derbyshire, if I remember rightly.
Amber Valley.
Amber Valley, that's it. And, they've got some cracking new tracks out following Boats. The first one we're going to play, I think, is called Tree Line.
No one to bear witness, and no one looks away. What's the hurry, baby? It was all just time in space. Hewn from very mountain, shape it out of place. Running hard to reach the tree line, getting caught up on the wire. Unpredictable like agency uncovered, barely foaming off the tide. On the time of the
Right, time for another track. Let's go back to Patron Saints. This is Possibly Honest, which is a bit of an aggressive rocker.
I fend off fortune. I have not written in some time. The sea is wicked. I am told it can surprise. The moon is angry with me. It does not clear my eye. A soothing presence. Just to myself I testify. If I try, I can remember just what it is to feel alive in this time before September. All I can remember, I traded wonders because I seek them where they lie. No fear in number, always a storm to purify. The sand is stinging. How can I shield when I'm behind? My ears are ringing. Carry my word upon this tide. And if I try, I can remember just what it is to feel alive in this time before September. Well, I can remember. I've given the days to heal my forehead. I've given the time to heal my sons. I'm buried alive under the promise. I'm possibly honest. I'm possibly honest. I'm possibly honest.
Right, next up, Chris, Dean, we've got LJ Pheonix and the Renegades, who are a new Jamma and Wigwam band. They've got an album coming out called Atlantis, which is out this summer. And they're launching the album actually at HMV in Birmingham on Saturday, the 3rd of June.
I think they're a bit of a prog-ish band. Aren't
They are,
I
yeah.
think this week's or this month's podcast is all a bit more rockier than the last month. A bit more. That was a bit more contemporary, but this one's a bit more.
Musy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this one's a bit musy, isn't
Yeah.
it?
So this is In Time by LJ Pheonix and the Renegades.
never to resurface.
So we're gonna have LJ Pheonix and the Renegades up next again. Do you enjoy that? a bit of shameless advertising.
Yeah, I don't know if we can show brands.
We're gonna have LJ Pheonix and the Renegades again, and they've got a track out called "Love You Endlessly." And watch out for the Rob Halford-esque vocals on this one.
Blues solo in this.
Right, here we've got One Last Day, who we've done quite a bit of work with in the past. They've done sets at Beyond the Download that we put on for Record Store Day. They were at the Wigwam Awards.
They were.
Yeah.
Now, that was a hotly contested award, the best hard rock and metal. It could have gone to one of the 10 that was nominated anyway.
They all showed up, though. Good lads.
Yeah, they were good lads. Great lads.
Okay, so we're going to play one of their tracks now, and it's Stay Away From Me. I'm really ill.
why through that lack of sunshine you tried to ruin my life. All your lies drove me insane. Your poison has polluted my brain. Stay away from me, my beast is ugly. I don't want to see your face again. Stay away from me, the eternal reach I feel. Do yourself a favor and stay away from me. How could you look into my eyes and let me be there to sympathize? I couldn't take it anymore. I had to walk out of that door. Stay away from me, my beast is ugly. I don't want to see your face again. Stay away from me, the eternal reach I feel. Do yourself a favor and stay away from me. I'm so tired, so goodbye my dear. It's been a hell ride, I'm getting out of here. I'm so tired, so goodbye my dear. It's been a hell ride, I'm getting out of here.
So we're gonna have one last day again, right?
Yeah, we've got one more track.
What have they been up to? I know you're quite close to them.
Yeah, so they have opened the Renegades Radio Wigwam Jam residency, which was started last summer, which was incredible. Sort of packed out the garden in the summer. It's great. They've got Wokingham Festival booked in August. I think they're on tour right now in Europe, which is just crazy. So they've got lots. I think I've seen their list of gig dates, and there's like 20 dates on there. They've
They're a
got
busy band, aren't they?
busy year ahead of them.
Yeah.
I think they've just
Yeah.
released a new single as well.
But their tracks are, they've. Well, I'm going to say contemporary, but in a indie rock, alt rock sort of way. It's huge. That sound is huge in America right now. So there's no surprise to me that again a lot of good audiences out there. So what's their next one?
It's As Time Stands Still.
Let's go.
Everyone thinks that they know my mind. Fake it, make
So our next band is Halo. Halo have been on Wigwam in one guise or another for years, because Halo is actually a production company. Halo is a band. Simon Talbot runs it. He's the singer, producer of Halo. And there are also a couple of other bands that come out of that studio. We've been featuring them probably for 5 years. And we were talking earlier about music that could work well on films and soundtracks and things like that. And Halo is a perfect example of that, quite 9 Inch Nails like in atmosphere and things like that, just like we were talking about with Kevin from the Gold Supply. And we got a track here called Pandemic, which is just like that. So delighted to introduce to you Halo, and this is Pandemic.
So their next track, they cite one of their influences as Porcupine Tree, which was the first gig I ever went to. It was at the Colston Hall, which was...
How long was that gig?
It was probably a good 4 hours long, I reckon.
Really?
I don't think it was that long.
And they only
but
got
it was-
about 3 or 4 songs in there, did they, at that time? No, we love them. We play them on Radio Wigwam all the time. But I tell you what, now and again, the tracks will play and you realise, oh shit, we got another show to come after this.
Yeah.
But so Halo, they're influenced by them.
Yeah, and this next track is The Future's History.
So we've had 10 great tracks again. We had the Gold Supply on tonight's show. And we have got more shows coming up, Nathan.
We do, yeah. Applications for future shows are open now. We're rolling on the old Jamma job board, jammamusic.com/jobs. And then you open an inquiry. We're taking applications for future shows. We've been inundated with inquiries.
Now, I have heard, Dickie Bird told me we've got a special coming up in in 2 shows' time.
Yeah, we do, Dino.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah, we're going to do a Wokingham Festival 1.
For people who weren't watching last podcast, Generation Studios, or Dean Nelson, is actually running Wokingham Festival.
Yeah,
right?
I've taken on the leadership role there and choosing what acts we have. And
As if you're not busy enough.
no, well, just got to love what you do, right?
Yeah. So we're going to have a special show.
Yeah, we'll do a special show, highlight some of the acts we've got booked for the festival, get live sessions down with them. And yeah, it'll be a good show.
Let's have it, shall we?
Damn it. So when's that show?
Recorded in June, to go out in July.
Festival in August.
Festival in August Bank Holiday weekend.
Brilliant stuff.
Far better than Reading Festival.
Ah, way better. Bigger.
Far better.
Bigger, better. Jamma, Wigwam acts. That's what you want.
Yeah, exactly. So until next time.
That's it.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Dean, once more.
Thank you, Chris.
Cheers, guys. Keep
Thank you for
jamming.
having the studio again. Keep jamming, of course.